Hi, my name is Søren. Welcome to my diary. This is the first entry in almost a year. And even though I from the beginning told you that I wouldn't be very stable with my videos, I feel the urge to apologize that there's been such a long period of time with nothing from me. Last year I spent almost a complete year processing the grief around my divorce, and making the videos I made last year actually was a great help in that connection. This year I've been a lot more outgoing. I've been brushing up on my social skills and trying to find my place in the world as a single person. And that is one of the reasons why I haven't been at home very much, and I haven't been doing a lot in the house or in the workshop. I have done some things, and I have clips of video clips of some things, but nothing that I feel will go together as a complete video. But I might throw them in somewhere in the future. For this video I've chosen what is almost a complete project. I started working on it a couple of weeks ago. It's a conversion that I'm making for my Dart. I've again become a bit rusty around making videos, so you have to bear with the quality of this video, but I hope you will enjoy anyway. As I said, I'm going to make a conversion to my red Dart. This Aprilia RS125 upside down front fork is going to go into it. I've gotten it from a good friend of mine, a German Morini guy, and he has made the conversion himself, but not completely, because one of the problems with the Dart is that the way the tank and the fairing is constructed, there's very little space for the handlebars. There's actually only one position it can be in. And original, it's made like this. It's mounted on top of the fork leg and then onto the upper bridge. You can't really modify the Aprilia upper bridge, and you can't modify the Dart upper bridge because there's not enough material to bore out. Instead, I'm going to make a new upper bridge, and I will try to copy it as closely as I can as possible, because I want to keep the original Dart look. This big block of aluminium I bought cheaply. It's very good quality. I parted off with my radial arm saw, which has limited depth of cut, but when I cut from both sides I can just manage to part off a piece, and it's a very fast way to do it. Mostly I don't make a drawing. I simply make a simple sketch and note the most important measurements. Often I need to do some adjustment anyway during the project, and with this one there are some things how the handlebar is mounted that I would like to have open, and I might return with that later in the process. So this is the layout. The way I'm going about it is partly per intuition and partly by skill and some experience. Because it's such a multi-faced part, I don't really have any plan for it. So I'm making up as I go along. So let's see how many problems I will get with that. This cutout, this pocket is of course purely ornamental. It has to follow the shape of the bridge. And since this is the last part I'm going to cut out, I've chosen the shape and scribed a line. So I'm simply going to follow that line to set the vise, the angle of the vise. The small cut I've of course only used to get the correct or the radii I wanted. So now I'm going to cut the whole pocket out with the larger cutter. On the underside there's also some intricate work that has to be done around the fork legs and these small stops where the ignition lock is mounted. And then of course all the lightening of the bridge, it's only a matter of removing material. This is actually one of the first prophesized alterations to the design that I made during the process. It was supposed to be parallel, but now it's with a slight angle. But I'll return with the purpose of that in the ending of the video. I don't have any corner rounding in mills, but a router bit will do almost as well. And now for cutting off the large corner chunks. Yeah, it looks more dangerous than it is. It's quite safe what I'm doing here. And now for the round parts. As I don't have a dividing head or a round table, I do the final finish with the file. But first I roughly mill the roundness into shape. So now I have all these facets with measurements that correspond with the thickness I want here, which also gives the right radius here. So now it's just a matter of rounding the shape here. If you've been following the shape all your life and you have good results with that, just keep going with that. But the correct way is actually to do it like this, sort of the opposite movement. With that you have much more control over the shape. It's very hard to get the shape correct if you do it like this. Also you have all the small chips binding in the file. You can start by knocking off the tops and then every time make them half the size, and with that you almost have a round shape.
As you see, I'm first milling a flat surface, and I'm doing it very, very carefully because this is not the best clamping situation, this one.
This is as far down as the bed goes, so I only have a limited space to work with, and it's going to be an 8mm thread that is going into it, and since I can't chuck a 6.8mm drill, there's simply not enough room, so I'm using a collet chuck with a 6mm drill, and then I will drill with a 6.8mm in the drill press afterwards. But this is just to get the get it centered and the correct depth and so on.
So that's almost it. The basic shape is finished. I need to cut here, of course, but that I'll do in the very last process. I need to do some deburring and some chamfering, of course, but the basic shape is there. As I don't have any mills to cut this slit here, I'm using the old trick with the two saw blades in a hacksaw. As promised, I will return with the reason for this slight alteration of this angle here. The original way it's mounted, it's like this, as I shown in the beginning of the video. This it has a straight line here, and that gives a certain angle of the handlebars. The new front fork has an offset that is a bit bigger, and that gives more distance to the seating position, which to me is an advantage because I have very long arms, and I've always thought that there was a bit too short space for me on the Dart. Also, the angle, I would have liked to have it a bit further in because it's more ergonomically correct to the way I'm sitting on the bike. So that's the reason for making this slight angle here. There shouldn't be any conflicts with the tank or the fairing because of this bigger offset. In front of the handlebars there's Not plenty, but there should be sufficient room for this alteration. Also, the slight change of angle will make this alteration less dramatic. But I think it will have a positive impact on the seating position.
So that's it for now. I of course will make a follow-up video when the fork is in the dart. As always, I would like to thank you for sticking to me, and also thank you for the comments and questions I've had, even though I haven't been around for a while. It has meant a lot to me. And since we are at that time of year, I would like to wish you happy holidays and a happy new year. I hope the new year will bring you as much joy as I actually have had this year, and I hope will continue next year. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Last Monday I had my 50th birthday, and this is a present I got from my sister and brother-in-law and their family and my parents. I know what it is. It's been on my wish list. And besides, I've ordered it myself. I needed some storage space for all my milling equipment. It's been hanging around in my windowsill for almost a year now. And this is the best solution I could come up with, because I still need to be able to clear the floor here, and everything is cluttered up around the walls, so I need to be able to move it out of the workshop. So, but I'm a happy guy.